So the census 2021 shows data shows that a number of Christians in England and Wales have fallen below halfway for the first time. And the question is, are we no longer a Christian country? Well, a church in Dunstable has come up with an incredible way of making church relevant by using the World Cup as a tool. Now, joining me today is Julian Richards, who is senior pastor of Com Church in Dunstable. Thank you for joining me, Julian.
Hey, Ibe. It's great to see you, bro. It's good to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
No, I had to because the question is, football and church. I mean, who came up with that idea?
Well, I mean, we have a creative team that comes up with ideas all the time. But I will say this: we weren't the idea didn't come from trying to make church relevant. That's not where it came from. That's way down our list of priorities, I suppose. We were sitting down going, gosh, people need to keep warm this winter. They need to not put the perhaps there were a lot of people, even in our church community, that just were saying, gosh, electricity is getting expensive, the house is getting expensive. And we were like, gosh, let's create a warm space that people could come to for free. And we were like, well, most people are going to watch the football at home. If they want to watch it out with us, why don't we put the heating on at the church and let people in, and we'll show all the World Cup games. So that's where the idea came from. And we opened our coffee shop, and we're showing the Poland games, the Ghana games, the Spain games. But then the old sports bar, the guys in town came to us and said, could we take the England games off you and show them? And that's grown into something completely different, where we've become the official fan zone in Dunstable, and it's packing the place. They've been selling tickets, and it's turned into a huge event in the church. But ultimately, it was born out of hosting all of the other nations, not just England. So tonight, Wednesday night, so like yesterday was the England game, we're going to be packed with Polish people in the church tonight. They're all coming in for free. And our coffee shop will be there. We'll be hanging out with a load of Polish people. So we're excited. It's grown legs that we'd never thought we did, but that's the way God works, right? We set out on one path and God takes you down another path. That's what a life of faith is all about.
I mean, yeah, England played yesterday, and it was a 3-0 win against Wales. What was the atmosphere like in the church yesterday?
Oh yeah. So I don't know if you've seen Box Park at Wembley, or you've seen any of the images on the news of the TV of the fan zones around the country. Obviously, our room seats just under 1,000 people, and we've got benches out just like you would have in the park. We sit on benches and tables down the middle. We've got hundreds of those. Like when England scored, people are jumping on the benches and the tables and throwing their drinks around and going nuts and celebrating a win for England. There's obviously a need in a lot of people to want to vent celebration, and maybe over the last few years that hasn't been allowed to come out in us. Maybe we've had some down times, but like now, even something as small as England scoring a goal, in most people there's a joy that needs to come out, a celebration that needs to come out. And for us to be a church and alongside all of those people when they get to celebrate, and then when they get the disappointment, is pretty good. We have a team of chaplains on site, and all of the promotion, even for the sports bar guys, all of their promotion has gone out with teams. If you need to talk, if you're facing something, if you're going through something in your life, we've got a team of chaplains on site ready to talk to you. And every game so far, people have come up to us and go, can I just have a chat? Can I just speak? I'm going through this. So me and my wife are struggling. We're going through this moment. I've just lost my wife. I sat with the guy last night in the game whose wife died of cancer on Friday, and he just wanted to get out of the house and come and sit with the guys and watch the England game. So we're definitely being the hands and feet and Jesus, and we're enjoying football at the same time.
That just sounds so amazing. I mean, Sunday morning could be overloaded and packed. Are you ready for that when that happens?
Oh yeah, well, we have to be ready for it, right? Any church that isn't ready for that, God's going to surprise us. I think in these months to come, when times are difficult, that's the church's finest hour, and we've got to be here for people like never before.
Now, we did talk about church on Sunday, but Sunday happens to be the next England game. So, what are you hoping for on Sunday night?
Well, firstly, I tell you what, at Com Church, we sing way louder for Jesus on a Sunday morning than those guys achieved singing for the England team. So we're super excited about getting together on Sunday morning and celebrating. But then, as a church, I know my team straight after church is going to be putting benches out and putting tables out, getting ready to host the community. They're going to come in their many hundreds, and they're going to celebrate, and we're going to watch England. It'd be quite good if England won as well. I'd be down with that. So
Now, as well as hosting the football, you also do other activities at church at your church. And what's going to be next for Com Church after football?
we've got Christmas coming up, like any church. Like we have church plans, and the football's kind of dumped on everything for Christmas, hasn't it? And like the final, I think, the 18th of December, where most churches would be having their carol concerts and things like that. But we're doing that too. We're going through Christmas. We'll have our special events. You know, we do open up our place for people in the community to come in. So we'll do an amazing Christmas concert on the 18th in the morning at 10:30. It's a Sunday, so we'll be open for that. And I just think we're about to see God do something in unity. I do. I think even when the England team don't look that united and working together and they have a bad game, I just think God's about to do something amongst the churches across our country and across our towns. I can't see how that can happen yet, but I do think we're going to, as times get difficult for people in general, I think churches will come together and it will be our finest hour. I really believe it. So I'm looking forward in the new year to maybe seeing some of the churches in town do more together.
That's wonderful. Now, just for those who don't know where the church is, could you just give us the address, please? And
Com Church is on, Com Church. We were Dunstable Community Church originally. We're in the town of Dunstable, but we shortened that to Com Church because we thought there was so much more to us than just the community church. So much more. We take communion together. That's a great com word. We're about companionship. People come together, make great friendships in our church. We do great communication in our church. So we've got loads of these com words. There are 7 of them that are our fundamental beliefs and cause that we hold by the church, which is why we're called Com Church. And then you can find us online, and com is a great online thing. But yeah, we're on the High Street in Dunstable on the A5. Comes right the way from Dunstable, goes all the way from the north of the country all the way to London on the A5. We're right there in the town of Dunstable, about 30 miles out of London, and we're seeing God do great things. We're growing again after the COVID debacle, and we're seeing people coming back, loads of new faces all the time, and we're online too, so you can find us at comchurch.org.uk, and we're there online. All of our services are streamed live. You can check us out.
Julian, thank you so much for joining me.
All right, man, I love it. Thanks.